recent Hellfire Gala, the anti-mutant organization known as Orchis brought mutandom to its knees and krakoa to its end. As an insurance policy, Orchis employed MODOK to tamper with krakoan medication that had helped millions of humans and threatened to activate a kill switch that would cause them to inflict harm on themselves and others. In order for the remaining mutants to launch a successful counterattack on Orchis, they need to figure out how to neutralize the kill switch in the medication, saving countless human lives. Thanks to a suggestion from your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, the X-Men now have a way to deactivate the Orchis kill switch. All they have to do is steal it from the High Evolutionary. Our story begins with what appears to be some sort of tarot card depiction of Talon, aka Laura Kinney, and her lover Synch, with Jean Grey inside of the Phoenix in between them. This is very symbolic and plays a key role in the culmination of this issue, so pay attention. A while ago, Talon and Synch, alongside Darwin, were sent into the vault for a reconnaissance mission. In the vault, time is significantly accelerated in relation to the outside world. And although Darwin went missing during the mission, Talon and Synch persevered and eventually became romantically involved. Talon and Synch were eventually rescued from the vault, and they now lead a rogue X-Men team based in the Morlock tunnels. We see here a meeting between Norman Osborn, aka Gold Goblin, Spider-Man, Synch, Talon, Miss Marvel, and Tony Stark. The group is discussing a way to bypass the Orchis medicinal kill switch. Succeeding in this is crucial to their plans moving forward. There's just one huge problem. How are they going to administer this fix to millions of people without alerting Orchis? On a whim, Spider-Man suggests that they have one of their adversaries do it for them, and that the technology to do so might exist because Sauron wants to turn everyone into dinosaurs. Don't ask him how he knows that. This suggestion reminds Synch of the time the High Evolutionary and his daughter, Luminous, came to Earth in this same volume of X-Men all the way back in issue number 3. The High Evolutionary and his daughter came to Earth in peace to offer a gift to the mutants for their successful terraforming of Mars and transforming it into a Rocco. The gift, a nihility sphere, contains a virus that will sterilize humanity. The High Evolutionary declares that mankind has affected the climate so much that the Earth's ecosystem is failing, and within a few decades or so, humanity will cease to exist. The sphere will at least make their last days comfortable. The X-Men rejected the gift, of course, and engaged the High Evolutionary, his guard, and daughter in an intense battle, one that Synch bartered to an end, exchanging one single drop of his blood to the High Evolutionary for his departure. Well, times on Earth have changed since the last time the X-Men duked it out with a genocidal maniac, and desperate times call for desperate measures. So Talon and Synch make their way to Counter Earth, the domain of the High Evolutionary. The two endure some initial challenges, but eventually make their way to the High Evolutionary's base of operations, where they find one of his ships, and each one of his ships contains a nihility sphere. The High Evolutionary and his daughter Luminous confront the two mutants as they're leaving a ship with their prize secured. After some brief banter, Luminous offers to fight both Talon and Synch to the death, and should they win, they can keep the sphere. Synch agrees and uses Karma's power to quickly neutralize Luminous. The High Evolutionary then declares that the two can keep their prize if they survive him. The two oblige. Synch copies Talon's power and sprouts a pair of bone claws from each hand, and the lovers charge at the High Evolutionary, attacking and slashing him with ferocious strikes. The altercation ends quickly. Back on Earth, Synch gives the nihility sphere to Stark to begin his work. Stark notices that something is off about Synch and asks if he's okay, and Synch oddly replies, "We'll live." Synch and Talon have a brief conversation in a hallway because Talon can't remember how the two escaped Counter Earth. Synch informs her that she was badly injured and almost died covering his escape. Miss Marvel just so happened to be in the hall with Talon and Synch, and she asked Synch who he was talking to. In Synch and Talon's quarters, Synch explains to Talon that during their encounter with the High Evolutionary, although they damaged him, the High Evolutionary was the victor. He caused Talon to take her own life and then disintegrated her body right before Sync's eyes. In a desperate attempt to save her, Sync activated Jean Grey's powers to combine Talon's mind with his own. So technically, her body is no more, but her mind lives on. Sync promises Talon that he'll find a solution. Wow. What a significant and heartbreaking price to pay. Keep in mind, the mutants didn't have to find a way to protect the humans from the orchis killswitch, but I guess this is one of those morality dilemmas where you sacrifice the one to save the many. The only problem is, with the mutants, the humans most likely wouldn't do the same if the roles were reversed. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and make sure to like and subscribe for more Trademark Comics.